Tesla
opened its
first diner.
Elon Musk's brand new Tesla diner just opened in Hollywood, so we had to go check it out.
We just had to check out Elon Musk's brand new Tesla diner that just opened in Hollywood. And it's unlike anything you've ever seen. Part charging station, part drive-in theater, and part nostalgic diner with a futuristic twist. This place has it all. From robot servers to Cybertruck light shows, we got the full experience to see if it actually lives up to the hype. We made our way to the Tesla diner, excited to see what it was all about. I really wanted to know if you could watch an actual movie while charging your car, because that's the kind of thing that would make this place next level. Elon opened it at exactly 4:20 p.m. the day before, classic Elon, and now we were heading in on day 2. The place has 80 Tesla chargers, and parking is only allowed while your car is actively charging. Even with that rule, there were huge crowds and cars lined up outside. But somehow we lucked out and got a VIP parking spot right in front. The crowd was massive, with thousands of people packed in and waiting to get a taste of what this diner had to offer. You could feel the buzz. The first thing that stood out was the giant movie screen, an impressive 45-foot LED setup. The audio plays out loud, but if you're in a Tesla, you can stream the sound directly through your car speakers, which is a super convenient touch. The movie nights run until 11 p.m., out of respect for the nearby apartment buildings. As for the food, the place is staffed with servers on rollerblades zooming around, giving off serious retro vibes. We kicked things off with the vanilla soft serve ice cream. Pretty solid, I'd say. I gave it an 8.3 out of 10. The spoons are supposedly Cybertruck shaped, though that might be up for debate. Either way, it was a fun little detail. We spoke to a longtime Tesla owner who bought his first Model S back in 2015 and now has a Cybertruck, plus 3 more Teslas in the family. He loved the diner, especially its throwback feel that reminded him of growing up watching The Jetsons and Star Trek. He said it nails the futuristic theme and wished they'd open 100 more. The menu has all the comfort food you'd expect. Burgers, fries, hot dogs, and breakfast options served 24/7. There's even a robot handing out free popcorn, and the building itself looks like a cross between a spaceship and a 50s diner. The design is clearly influenced by retro sci-fi, and it totally works. We headed up to the second floor to catch a movie and enjoy the view. It's definitely a better vantage point, but the sound is a bit faint up there. The chairs and tables were surprisingly sturdy, and the lighting throughout the space, especially the glowing LEDs around plants, really added to the aesthetic. There's also plenty of Tesla merch available: shirts, mugs, pins, and even little action figures. Then we got to the popcorn robot. It detected our presence, reached out, and handed us a tub of popcorn stamped with the Tesla logo. The robot had great vibes, but the popcorn, not so much. It looked cool, but tasted dry and bland. I gave it a 4.3 out of 10. Sorry, Elon, stick to cars, not kernels. Still, the robot itself was a fun highlight. They even had a statue of Tesla's humanoid robot, Optimus Gen 2, upstairs. The whole second floor felt like a cross between a futuristic museum and a Disneyland attraction. The elevator was covered in mirrors and glowing lights, like something out of a sci-fi maze. The line outside wrapped around the building earlier, but by around 9 p.m., it had thinned out slightly, though still long. We chatted with some people in line and learned a trick. Order online for pickup and then just walk in. One group said their food took about 45 minutes, which wasn't bad for opening week. So how was the food? We asked some visitors. One guy said the burger and fries were okay. Not mind-blowing, but decent. He thought a shake would have taken it up a notch. Another guest gave the burger a solid 8 out of 10, said the fries were forgettable, but the chocolate chip cookies, a perfect 10. Every meal came in these cool Cybertruck-shaped boxes, and the kids' placemats had Tesla-themed games and puzzles. It's all in the details. A lot of people we talked to compared the food to In-N-Out or other popular spots. Some preferred it, some didn't, but almost everyone agreed the atmosphere and experience made it worth the trip. As the night went on, the line kept growing, and a Cybertruck light show lit up the street out front. That was one of the coolest parts of the night. In the end, the Tesla diner totally exceeded our expectations. The food had some highs and lows, but the vibe, the energy, the innovation, it all came together to create something really unique. Can't wait to see how this place evolves in the next few months. Congrats to Elon and the Tesla team. It's a wild ride from burgers to bots. As we kept exploring the Tesla diner, the sense of immersion only deepened. It really feels like stepping into a different timeline. Maybe 2050 if the Jetsons designed a pit stop for electric vehicles. It's futuristic without feeling cold, nostalgic without feeling old school. That balance is hard to pull off, but somehow this place manages to do it. Everywhere you look, there's something to catch your eye. Blue LED lights pulse gently along the walls. There's chrome detailing, reflective panels, and soft neon glows around seating areas. Even the plants are lit from below with colored lighting, giving them a sci-fi greenhouse kind of vibe. It's clear that a lot of thought went into the design. This isn't just a diner with a few Tesla logos slapped on the walls. There was even a moment when we walked through a section that felt like a mini Tesla museum. Between the robot statues, tech displays, and touchscreens, you almost forget you're there for food. Kids were running around pointing at things, and adults were taking selfies with the Cybertruck boxes. It's not just a place to eat, it's a destination. Speaking of food, after trying the soft serve and popcorn, it was time for a full meal. We ordered the smash burgers, fries, and cookies based on what others had recommended. The food arrived in those slick Cybertruck boxes, which honestly made everything look cooler than it probably was. The burger? Pretty good. Simple, well-cooked, with a nice sauce that tied it all together. Nothing groundbreaking, but solid enough to satisfy your hunger while you enjoy the view or a movie. I'd personally rate it a strong 7.8, good enough to come back for. The fries? Kind of hit or miss depending on who you ask. Some said they were perfectly salty and crispy. Others found them too smoky or over-seasoned. They didn't blow me away, but they did the job. What did blow me away were the cookies. Warm, gooey chocolate chip cookies that felt homemade. Easily the best item we tried that night. We got the chance to meet and talk with more people as the night went on. Families, couples, longtime Tesla fans, and even some tourists who had no idea this was Elon's latest project until they drove by. There was this shared excitement in the air, like everyone knew they were part of something new and different. Someone even said it felt like a soft opening for a Disneyland attraction. That's probably the best way to describe it. There's entertainment, robots, visual spectacle, and just enough chaos to remind you that it's brand new. By around 9:30 p.m., the light show outside really brought the place to life. Dozens of Cybertrucks lined up, their lights syncing with music in a choreographed display. People were recording, cheering, and honking their horns in rhythm. It was a full-on electric car rave. You don't expect that kind of energy from a diner, but here we are. And even though there wasn't much official advertising, no big press event, and barely any public announcement, the place was packed. Word of mouth, social media, and the power of Elon's brand were more than enough to draw massive crowds. By the end of the night, we had done it all, tried the food, watched part of a movie. Turns out it was Interstellar, interacted with a robot, and talked to people from all over. The verdict? The Tesla diner may not have the best food in LA, but it's got one of the most unique dining experiences you'll find anywhere. It's part electric playground, part restaurant, part tech showcase, and somehow it works. Will people still be lining up for it 6 months from now? Who knows, but right now it's one of the most exciting new spots in the city and definitely worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of Tesla, cool design, or just want to feel like you're eating dinner in the future. After the Cybertruck light show wrapped up, the crowd didn't scatter the way you'd expect. People stuck around, still buzzing, still exploring, still snapping photos next to the glowing signage and merch stands. It didn't feel like a diner closing for the night. It felt like the after party of a tech convention. We wandered back down to the ground floor, curious if there was anything we missed. Spoiler, there was a lot we missed. There were new lines forming for a different robot station handing out drinks. Yes, drinks, served by a robotic arm inside a glass pod. The mechanics were mesmerizing. You scan your order, and the machine smoothly glides to pick out your selection, drops it in a hatch, and boom, it's ready. If you're a tech nerd, you'd stand there watching it like it's a show. And if you're not, it still makes you feel like you're living in a Black Mirror episode. In the fun way, not the scary one. There were also little things that stood out, like the restrooms. Sounds weird, but they were spotless, well lit with calming LED strips, and had touchless everything. You could tell Tesla applied its design obsession everywhere.